Sometimes we just have a bad day and it kind of throws us for a loop or off kilter. All of a sudden we're irritable, depressed, in despair, hopeless, frustrated, all of that, right? And sometimes it's just little things that throw us. It could be that new puppy that you got left a trail unexpectedly all over the floor, or you're walking across, the kitchen doing some baking and you drop a whole bag of flour on the floor. Not exactly a good day. Sometimes I get really irritable when those kinds of things happen. Or it could be something of a much bigger magnitude that causes you to have a bad day. Like you discover drugs in your teenager's bedroom, or you discover your husband's been looking at pornography. That's a really bad day. What do you do to handle those bad days, to not be defeated by those bad days? Well, I want to share 3 Bible verses that have been helpful for me. First, let's talk about those, I guess we'll call them more minor bad days, where you drop the bag of flour all over the floor, or you have your puppy leave a trail, that kind of thing. It's just kind of like, an irritating bad day. What I like to do then is remind myself of John 10:10, where Jesus says the thief, the devil, comes to steal, kill, and destroy. I have to remind myself, the devil is prompting half of these things to happen because he's trying to get my goat. He's trying to make me irritable and to snap at everyone in my family because I'm having such a bad day. And I have to remind myself, no. I'm not going to let the devil win. Forget it. And sometimes I actually picture the devil on my shoulder, kind of, speaking into my ear saying, yeah, you deserve to be irritable today. And I like to go, bam, get off my shoulder. I'm not falling for this trick. So that's the first thing I do. If it's a bad day because of kind of irritating reasons. But what if it's a bad day because, again, something really tragic or horrible or seemingly hopeless has happened? That teenager who has drugs in the bedroom, or the husband who's been looking at pornography, and you're having a really bad day. Well, 2 Bible verses come to mind that can be super helpful in this moment. The first is 1 John 4:4, where God says that greater is he who is in us than he who is in the world. In other words, God gets the final say here. What seems hopeless, that your teenager would turn his life around, or that your husband would stop looking at pornography, nothing is hopeless when God is involved, because greater is he than the one who is in the world, the devil. And I have had so many examples of praying for seemingly a hopeless situation, and God turning things around. Maybe a husband who is bent on divorce, after just strenuous prayer, changes his mind, and that marriage goes on to flourish. Or that teenager who's made a really bad choice, but after much prayer, that teenager suddenly changes their course. Or that stubborn person in your life who refuses to take advice. Yeah, I have a couple of those. After praying fervently, God changes that person's heart, and suddenly they're able to take advice and become teachable. So don't give up. Remember, greater is he who is in us than he who is in the world. And then the third Bible verse that comes to mind that is helpful in those situations where it just seems kind of hopeless and you're in despair, is Romans 8:28. And I know sometimes that, you see this on plaques and you kind of go, oh, well, Romans 8:28, whatever. No, not whatever. Romans 8:28 says, in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who are called according to his purpose. And that means that we might not see it right now, but God will take what seems to be a negative circumstance or a hopeless situation, and he will bring about something good. Now, that something good might be that he's going to teach you a powerful lesson during this time about how to stay connected to him even during trials. I don't know what the good is going to be. Maybe he's going to use your situation so that you can help someone else in a similar situation down the road, because you'll be uniquely equipped. You will have experienced that yourself. I don't know what he's going to do, but I've seen him do it time and time again. You have to wait for it. Sometimes it takes a couple of years to see the good that he's going to bring about, but trust him. Trust what he says in Romans 8:28. God will bring about something good.